joining me this morning. And I'm so honored that one of the things I get to do for this state is be the chair of Veterans Affairs in the House of Representatives in Illinois. It's a humbling yet almost surreal feeling sometimes when I can legislate for our men and women that have either worn the uniform, wear the uniform, or have passed on. Now this weekend is a very reverent weekend for all. And I would like to try to change the discussion in the room of Happy Memorial Day to Reverent Memorial Day, because that's what it is. It's a remembrance of people who have gone before us that have bared the brunt of the theater and who have passed on in any capacity, that have worn the true fabrics of this flag of the United States that we hail every day in the General Assembly when we pledge allegiance. So I'd like to share with you what will be read on Tuesday in the House of Representatives in this manner. We pay tribute to our fallen soldiers every year by a ceremony that we have in the House of Representatives. And because I chair Veterans Affairs and I'm also a veteran, I'm a retired Army officer, I have the ability and the honor to have this resolution in my name. It's House Resolution 499. Whereas, in accordance with the established tradition of the Illinois House of Representatives, it is fitting that for Memorial Day, we honor our brothers and sisters who have given their lives in service to this country as the guardians of our long-held freedoms. And whereas no better words have been written to honor those brave souls who were sacrificed long ago or pay tribute to those brave men and women of today who have continued the fight for freedom, than the Gettysburg Address, and if you allow me. Let us now recite those words so humbly said by our 16th President, Abraham Lincoln. 77 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who here have given their lives that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this, but in a large sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here, have consecrated it far above our poor power, and or to detract. The world will little know nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living, rather, to dedicate here to the unfinished work which they had fought here, have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here, dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from those honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion. That we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation, under God, shall have a new birthplace of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from this earth. And whereas those words from long ago still speak to the brave men and women of today, who we now honor, it is altogether fitting and appropriate that we, with heavy hearts, again, accept the honor of reading the roll call of those American soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines from the state of Illinois who have made the ultimate sacrifice in the preceding years since this previous tribute had been made the year before last year. You know, this has to be one of the things that I am so humbled by to be able to produce and understand when I open the doors to this amazing place. And right now we stand in the first courtroom in the state of Illinois. To know that I stand on shoulders of great people who have fought for this state and for this nation to exist and continue to exist. And I will never take that for granted. I was going to discuss some bills that we had this week because I'm being the Veterans Affairs Chairman, but this is all fitting that we have a Reverend Memorial Day and that you do something every day to thank a veteran, because without them, you wouldn't have the life you have. So God bless you. May continue to have a great week. Hope to see you soon, and thank you for allowing me to serve you.